Today on the channel, we got something different. We've got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mirage toy line in Shredder and Foot Soldier.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we've got the Foot Soldier, we've got Shredder from the Mirage comic book line. But remember, for all your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code KYLE, save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. And of course, everything over $39 does ship free. But today we got an interesting one here. It is the Mirage Comics Ninja Turtles line, kind of rebooting, starting back up. And these are being found at Walmart, these two specifically. Of course, some of the other ones, Renette, Casey Jones, things like that. Slash, you're finding, I guess Slash is Archie Comics. So that's Mirage Comics, what we're talking here today. You can find some of those at Target as well. But these two are part of that new Auto T. It was a very, very confusing thing, hard to wrap our minds around. But of course, you went to Walmart. If you saw my figure hunt video, every Friday we do a figure hunt video. Check it out. Make sure you subscribe to this very channel. But if you saw that figure hunt video a month ago, 6 weeks ago, whatever it was, I did come across the little badges. They're hanging up on the in the NECA section over there. So instead of the actual figures, it's just a little like piece of paper and a hard plastic. You buy that at the register. The register receipt comes out with a special code. So you grab this, you grab the code, you go to the website, you enter in your information, your address, all that kind of fun stuff, and then it's up to you. You choose your own adventure. You can ship these things out to you right away for free, and I think it said it'll ship within 15 days, which it did. It held to the timeline. Or for up to 5 years, you can have NECA or whoever store your action figures, and then you can trade them off if you want. If I want to have a good friend of the channel, David C. Anderson, if I say, David, you know what? It's your birthday coming up. I'm going to give you this Shredder figure, and then you just pass the details off, and he can have it, and then he can ship it to himself or whatever. So they kind of warehouse it for you, which is the weirdest thing ever. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'm just out of the action figure game, or maybe I'm just right. I don't know. Well, one of those is probably the right answer. But to me, if I'm getting an action figure, I want it in my possession. I don't want somebody storing it for me. Maybe if you live in a one-bedroom studio apartment or something, you don't have a ton of room, maybe it's like, hey, you know, in 5 years I'll have a house. I don't know. But to me, I paid for it. I want the tangible item in my possession because I paid for it. I don't want it off somewhere in a warehouse and maybe forgetting about it. And that's what I see happening to a lot of this stuff is people say, yeah, I'm going to save it. And then maybe they get out of the figure game. They get out of Turtles, whatever it may be. They forget they have this. And guess what? NECA has some extra free property for them. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old. Like I said, maybe the business has passed me by, but it's really not for me. But if it's for you, hey, it is for you. So that's how I got these. I shipped them to me. They came, and we're off to the races right here with this review today. And, of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's start off with Shredder. So we got the very familiar packaging. Obviously, NECA, when we think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a lot of times in recent years, we think of the big deluxe 2-packs. These are single-packed, and I think that does work. Not a bad price point. It feels a little bit better, I think, for these. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think the majority of nostalgia is around the cartoon and the movies. I think that's where most of the hardcore fan base is from. And then you get the niche ones with the Archie comics, the Mirage comics, things like that. And I would have to say, I got to call it out, the Mirage comics are probably the least known by me, at least, maybe you as well, but these are the ones I'm least familiar with. I always think of the cartoons, then the movie, and then I know the Archies a little bit, never read those, and then I remember the Mirage, never read those. So it's kind of where you fall in your Turtle fan base. Now these are a little interesting ones too because they are black and white, as you can see here. So these once again are not going to be for everybody. That is for sure. But let's look at the packaging here. Very interesting. You got Shredder right down here. You got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Signature Edition right there. NECA logo. Is that Nickelodeon? Yep, Nickelodeon logo up there. The Shredder. Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Very cool, very artistic. Looks like something you'd see in like an artistic class, an art class, if you will. Then you got Shredder on the side. Very interesting. It says SE03. So I guess this is the third one in the set is how that goes. Then you get Shredder on the side right there. And then you get the back, no blurb, nothing like that. Got a little checklist at the bottom, doesn't say their names or anything. We get some glamour shots and so forth there with Shredder. So now I'm going to show off the foot soldiers, and I'm going to take these both offline. I'm going to get them out of the box, then we'll be doing the review here. But there's the foot soldier, looking pretty good, looking a little scary. Now I'm not going to army build this foot soldier. I don't think there's a need for that, at least in my collection. Looks like he is number 4. Foot soldier on the side, and then the back, once again, to be continued. Got the cross cell, and then got some glamour shots going on right there. All right, let me take it offline. I'm going to open up the foot soldier, open up Shredder, and we'll be back talking all things Mirage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All right, we got Shredder and the foot soldier out of the package. Let's start breaking them down. We're going to start with the foot soldier first, and we're going to go to the accessories first, as usual. And what do we got here? Of course, we get extra hands. Foot soldier, got to have extra hands. We do have 2 Fists of Fury on the foot soldier, which makes a lot of sense. And then we get gripping hands to hold the weapons. And that is it. I'm surprised no karate chopping hands, something like that. But this being a single pack, they probably didn't want to overload things, obviously the cost of everything. But we do get gripping hands, which to me, that's what I'm going to have to use on this guy, because you got to have him holding the weapons. So we get the gripping hands. Then you get down to some of the weapons here. We get 2 nice blades going on. Got to say, once again, everything in this pack is in black and white. Not a lot of color. No color, actually, in this. But it's black and white here. You got the handles with the sculpt is really nice. You got some detail in the sculpting in the black parts here, and then against the white. 2 big old blades, 2 of the exact same weapons. Makes sense for a foot soldier, though. So we got those. And then we get this really cool one, and I'm not exactly sure what this would be called, but I love the effect of the real chain here. Having a real chain really does bring this out. Looks really cool, but you got kind of a mace on the end. Once again, you get that sculpting and detail on the handle on both sides, the chain connecting both. Then you got a big blade with a little spike on the side here. Very, very cool weapon. I think I'm going to have to use this one on there. I love those blades for sure, but boy, there's something cool about this, especially with that real chain. Really takes it to the old next level in the weapon department. Then we do get a throwing star. So 1 throwing star here. I'm not a big fan of these with my action figures. They're small. They get lost. I don't think they display very well in hand. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But we do get one of those all in white here. And then we do get a little dagger. So once again, the same kind of color combination going on. Same kind of sculpting in the handle. But we do get a nice little white and black dagger right there. So a lot of weapons with this foot soldier. Now we're going to break down the foot soldier here. Let's take a look at him. Let's take a look on his head first. We'll start with his head. So it is a foot soldier, no mouth. No, it's just a mask over there. Of course, the eyes are white, black and white, and red all over. No, just black and white. A theme with both these figures. You do get the bandana on the end here. It is sculpted in. It is not removable. He does got the bandana around his head. So very foot soldier-esque. But if you want a little different version, you got this extra head here. A very plain Jane head. Very strange. Foot soldier looks very strange without a bandana on here. It almost looks like, what is it, Marvel Legends Zero coming out very soon in that big box set. That kind of looks like Zero's head almost. But same type of head going on just without the bandana. So as we always say, choose your own head adventure. Choose which one you do prefer. Walking through the articulation, I'll walk through it on this foot soldier because Shredder and him are going to have the same articulation. But the arms do go around very tight joints as we're accustomed to with NECA. They do go around, but they do get limited a little bit by this big shoulder gauntlets here the foot soldier has. You do get a bicep cut. You do get double jointed elbows. We do got pins in the elbows. Hands, of course, removable. Hands back and forth, side to side. Very tight hands on this one. Very good paint application. I should mention that. I don't see any smudging or any issues here with the black and white, as we've talked about on the channel over the years. Black and white is a very tough color combination to get in your action figures without smudges and the lines being off. So very good painting here, I will say that. Head removable, head side to side. You got a waist articulation, no ab crunch, nothing like that with these NECA figures. He does got the big old foot soldier splits. He's got cuts in his skirt. Oh yes, the foot soldier skirt. He does have that going on. No thigh cut, but you do get the double jointed knees. Yes, you do. There is pins in the knees. No boot cut on this guy, but you do get the ankles back and forth, side to side, up and down. And then you get some of that patented McFarlane Toys toe articulation. So that does look pretty good. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on your stands. This would be a Mattel stand I'm using. And what do you know? He fits right there. He can be put on a stand if you want to. If you need to. A cheap alternative to the NECA stands are these ringside ones that you guys know I'm a big fan of that. So he does fit on the stand. He does pass the stand test. But not bad. Now, this isn't what I think of first when I think of foot soldiers. I go to the cartoon, then I go to the movies. Then it gets a little blurry after that. but this looks good for what it is. This isn't for everybody. I gotta say, I put all the other foot soldiers above these guys, but it does work good. It does look good. It's just black and white. It's very plain Jane, but it's a little artistic, and that's part of the Auto T Artistic series, I guess. And of course, the Mirage comics stands just fine on his own right there, but it is what it is. It is what it is. If this is for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. So there you go. Now we move over to Shredder here. We're going to start with his accessories as well. Once again, we get hands with him and Shredder. Both these guys, they came to throw down. They both came with fists, and then we get gripping hands for Shredder. And I think if you're going to have two sets of hands, fist, gripping hands, those are your two standbys. After that, you get the splayed out hands. That's at least how I go in my hand department. Once again, black and white all over. You got the two little claws on there. Very Shredder-esque hands here. Then you do get another chain weapon, which is always interesting. And this is really interesting. So it's got the chain there, and then it hooks to just a little piece. So I guess this is where he swings it around, throws it, gets the old scythe or sickle. I don't know what we're going to call this, but it's nice that I like that this is silver here with black. So this is one thing that is totally different than anything else in this pack. This is the only thing that has color besides black and white. I don't know if that is a mistake or if they meant it to be that way to really show the blade. To me, why wouldn't you do the same on here to show the blade? So a little thing to note right there, but once again, real chain on here makes this really cool. And then we get one weapon I don't ever really think of Shredder having. Obviously, the Mirage comics he must have, is the bow and arrow. Like a young Hawkeye is what he is. But we do get an arrow. Once again, the black and white attack going on. Big, long arrow there. And then you do get the bow. And the bow has a real string here. So very cool. Very different for Shredder, at least in my thought process of Shredder. Very different. But the black and white all over that as well. So that is the accessories. Now we're going to bust out into Shredder. We already talked about articulation, the exact same as this foot soldier here. No extra heads with this Shredder. He just gets the one head on him. And this head is very interesting. It's very set back from the mask. His eyes there, it's all black with the pure white eyes. Looks very spooky. Spooky Shredder, we'll call him. And then you got the Shredder helmet with the points on the end, kind of the back. And once again, I'm going to say it, it's a broken record. Black and white all over this set, of course, black and white. Very interesting. Once again, no paint issues, no paint line problems, anything like that. So I'm always a fan of that, as you guys know. Everything seems to check out the way I would want it to. He does got the skirt flaps going on, and then, of course, the spikes throughout Shredder. Of course, on the hands, the forearms, the shoulders, the back of the helmet. Then you get down to his shin guards. He used to be a catcher back in the day. I think it was for the Mets. I'm not exactly sure. But he does have his shin guards there. Got the toe articulation, all the articulation we talked about with the foot soldier. But once again, very, very artsy feeling to it. Very artsy. And I don't know, this, once again, is not going to be for everybody. And I think that's the theme of this review. It's a Shredder and it's a foot soldier that isn't for everybody. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Oh, I don't think he does. Too small of holes. Try the other one. Doesn't look like he's going to fit. Foot soldier would. Nope, Shredder's not going to fit, so he's not going on the stands here. That's his fault. That's his own problem. He's going to have to rectify that himself on his off days. But Shredder, it's okay. Both of these, I'm just going to say okay. Definitely, if you're only going to get one Shredder and one foot soldier, these probably aren't the ones you're going to get unless you're a huge Mirage fan. But I could see some people wanting these as kind of artsy figures. Maybe you're an art student and you want this on your desk. Because they do look like something that you would have like on display in a formal living room, something like that. It just doesn't feel, it feels like it crosses over from art to action figures. It's just my interpretation of this. And of course, these are the Mirage comic versions. But what say you guys out there? All in, all out? I don't know. It'd be interesting if any of you guys out there, if this is your Shredder, this is your foot soldier. I don't think that's probably the case, but you never know. But sound off in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far, you might as well like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. As you guys know, we got videos every single day and then some. You don't want to miss one, so you better hit that notification bell so you know when a new video does go up. Of course, you can support the channel over at the Patreon. You get bonus content, exclusive content, early access to videos like this, Q&As, monthly giveaways, a lot going on over on the Patreon channel. Like I said, best of all, you do support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget to follow me on social media, SirPaul64, over on Twitter and Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for a foot soldier and a Shredder, I'm a Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.